Hello everybody, welcome back to Yakko Capital. We'll be looking at BSV USD today. We'll be looking at BTC USD, Tether, and how they're printing. And we'll get into BSV BTC and what we can do there. If we're to remove this trend line. And we'll hide this EMA. We're just looking at this kind of graph. Okay. And to the naked eye, we're making higher highs and we're making higher lows. This is daily. We'll jump into weekly. And that's what we're looking at. And we'll jump into monthly. And that's what we're looking at. See this, how it's forming into similar to a, I guess, hammer or whatnot. And here we haven't seen that. Here we didn't see that. Here we saw one here, the candle. But this is a new forming bottom here. We haven't seen something like this. So it's very difficult to say what's going to happen. Especially for BSV, where the halvening happened already. And we're expecting it to happen in the future. So there's no historic data. Comparing it to BTC, BCH, there's none back here for the halvening. But that being said, there is something, if you look back from November 2018 to the high in June 2019, and then that's one piece. Then you look from January 2020 to April 2021, that's another piece. And these are the patterns I'm talking about. If we were to just to circle, you have these two here, like this, and you have these two here. This is the pattern I see. Okay? So, watch what happens. In November 2018, that's when it starts the fork and whatnot. We have a low of $38 and whatnot, right? Pumps up. Drops back down, makes a higher low. Pumps it down May 2019 to 45. Makes another high. Then it drops. That's one pattern over here. Then it drops. We build another pattern where January 2020 makes it high. Drops to here. A higher high than the previous pattern of May 2019. Goes for a long time. Over a year. This is over a year here. January 2020 to April 2021. That's another pattern. Okay. And you can see that they're making similar highs, and back the first pattern made other highs. So this is pattern number one. This pattern number two. What it seems like is if we were to measure the distance between this and this, so pattern number one high and pattern number two high, if we were to measure the distance, we can kind of calculate, speaking for the future, looking at the past, we can take the difference of this in percentage and try to gauge out where our next move is going to be. At the finish of pattern number one, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months till the next pattern showed up. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So December 2021 should be our next pattern higher high. If it's going to mimic the difference between pattern number one and pattern number two. Okay. And if we measure that, we're looking at, let's go here, just roughly speaking, we're looking at about a difference of, let's say, 78. Okay. And if we draw Fibonacci from here to here, so from the high, the end pattern of number one, to the bottom between pattern number one and pattern number two, we're looking at 1.272 retracement here, and between 1.618. So we'll plant that from here to 78. Okay? We're looking at about 876. Okay, makes sense. So if we were to draw the Fibonacci from, let's say, this to this, Again, it's giving us the same midfield area of where these two came in highs. And let me just draw that again just to... You see how these two here had these points? Well, 1.618 and 1.72 on the second pattern of the high to low for the new pattern is pulling us also here, with this 78% being in the middle. Let's remove the Fibonacci's from this. So let's play out the bottom between what we had between the transition of the pattern. So these two tops, pattern number 1, 2 tops, and pattern number 2, 2 tops. The difference between here, because these tops are differing, which we calculated here, 78%. Let's take the difference between the low of the transition to the new pattern high of number 2. And that's going to come down here, which is going to be 586. If we pull that down here, we're looking at about 724. So we're going to do 586. We're coming at about here. It seems it's in this area, okay? And around here is probably where the next new high is going to be. It's about, if you go to the Fibonacci, it's 1.272, which would be a safe bet to sell probably 20%. I've been doing this and it's been helpful. It's something to follow, and it's important to take profits in. I know I'm in BSV and XRP. Those are my favorite coins, and because they're with the regulatory standards. I know XRP has its Ripple company with the SEC issues and whatnot, and I've been following the lawsuit. As I've been following this lawsuit with Craig and Ira and Craig and Copa, it sucks because these two companies are the most hated. These two associations, these two blockchains are the most hated in the world, and for the wrong reasons. And they've been the ones that have been least performing in terms of where their price is. You have a ton of crap coins making 100x and people getting wealthy off false promises. It's just a bunch of crap. For example, I was holding ADA, and ADA I held in from down here, and it's made me a lot of money. Okay, so, and I don't even believe in ADA. ADA's, I just got in with $400-$500 when it was at 1 cent, 2 cents. So it sucks. XRP have been in it for a long time. It's only 5x, whereas ADA went from 2 cents to $1, $2.80, $3. It's ridiculous. So in my opinion, to make money in BSV, and also if you do use BSV in terms of trading, you are adding transactions to the blockchain. It's not much, but it is. Whenever you're trading, you're buying or selling, you are adding transactions. And I'll show you another way to add transactions if it's something you want to support the blockchain, which is on TDXP. Just use that and you'll make transactions on there to add to the blockchain. Maybe trade with 1 or 2 BSV to make some money when you're bored, or when you see an opportunity to make 100% on a return. One thing I do want to point out is, so it'd be important to buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell, buy here, sell, buy here, sell. And you do this with 20% of your account. I believe 20% of my account doing that, that'll do amazing. And if you want to add in more down here, or even here, you'll never get it perfect. You'll never time it perfectly because you never know where it's going. But when I'm saying like buy here, sell here, I'm not pinpointing exactly at the top or exactly at the bottom. Okay, neither of these. You're probably not going to get in there. You're probably going to get into somewhere where it's like here and here. Okay, probably here and here. Here, probably not even there. You're probably going to get into here and sell here and sell here, and then probably buy here like I did, and then get some more in here. You'll never get it 100%, but it's a big enough percentage drop or percentage gain where that 20% of your account does impact it by a lot. It's very important. I've been doing it with ADA and it's being okay. I make 15% extra or 20% extra every time I sell high and buy low. Whatever, it's okay. If you haven't sold up here anything, and like me, because it's a blockchain I believe in, BSV is the #1 out there. It does everything any other blockchain can do combined. And I'm into the whole technology of it, how they brought back the op return and scalability and all that, security and all that, following the attack, supposedly attack, the 51%, the reorg, all of that. So I'm defending BSV with my friends, and the friends that have invested with me, they are skeptical at times when they hear bad news, but I always try to calm them down and tell them what's up. Listening to the main guys in the industry. Okay. So if you did miss up here and you do have some BSV you want to trade and you don't want to use new money, you want to use the current money you have and you don't want to invest any more money. So let's say you bought BSV, you have 30 BSV, 40 BSV. What you can do is you can jump on TDXP, okay, and buy here. Okay. This will help you accumulate money over time, wealth over time, and it can make you a lot of money. But we'll get into that shortly. Let's get into this. Let's see what we can look at weekly. Weekly, again, you see the pattern here. Pattern 1, pattern 2. And currently it looks like it's holding support here. When I draw the Fibonacci from the previous top all-time high to the previous low, this is what it's like. And now it's using the 0.236 as support. And if we go into the daily, you can see the 0.236. So you can see the 0.236. Even when I draw it down here as the 0 for the low, previous to that, 0.236 was acting as a support for this. Pre-low, it was acting as a support. Happens to be the low came out here, pierces through, drops down again, pushes up slowly. What is that? Over a month pushing up. Had a hard time here a little bit. Stuck through it. Now it's using it as support. That does not mean it's going to bounce right up to here. Okay? It can have a slow grind, or it can come back down here. I want it to come back down here so I can grab some more. New money came in. New opportunity, right? If it just goes up, then that's fine too. But what we can see is, bringing all this in, is that this is showing, this is the EMA. Okay. And you can see it bouncing off. All right. So it's getting wedged in here, and there's going to be a breakout soon. There's a few things we need to consider. Tether is minting billions of dollars, and they did it pretty quick. So we come here, we'll look at Tether, and the Tether price, usually when they mint money and pump the market, it pumps up BTC and everything else, and then it ripples down to other coins, okay, other blockchains, eventually leading into BSV as well, right? Or they can be shorting it. But they've printed 2.5 billion. Something to consider is the current market cap that's in Tether is 65 billion. Okay. Their fully diluted market cap is 67.5 basically. And what this means is that currently in the market, there's 65 roaming tethers. But in their ammunition box, in their vault, in their wallet, tether wallet, there's 2.49 billion more waiting. So that minus this, 65 minus 67.49, it's waiting in the vault. And they can pump this anytime into the market, the 2.5 billion. And that doesn't mean they're not going to mint anymore. They could mint some more. Okay. Now, what that'll do is that'll drive BTC price up for a little bit. Okay, if they pump it in there. Okay. So it started minting and it started going up. Now, BTC might pull back down. You know how it is. It's going to probably hit the moving average and then pump back up. It's looking to make an all-time high. Because recently, ADA made an all-time high. Okay. So everything's going to pump. And this might pump along with them. Because it's been doing it so far, right? Like they pumped over here recently. ADA made a new time high. BSV has been pumping too. But BSV has a mind of its own. Sometimes it pumps by itself. It just goes on a rampage, okay? And that's when they sometimes get short squeezed or whatnot. And the positions are closed and the price keeps going higher. We can use CoinDance. There's a lot of information here for people that don't know. If you already know, you can skip past this. I've noticed it's more profitable to mine BSV over BTC, BCH. It's interesting to see that. And all these are going up. These charts, they're all going up. Some of them, they take a while. This chart always refreshes. And there's just a little, you know, there's information here to look at if you need to. You can also check out Blockchair. So this is an interesting site too. It's you can search. It's funny how they have the stats here for these coins, but they have BSV here on the side with not much information. But once you click in it, you get all the information here. I don't know how legitimate this is, but it does show the transactions are being 2.298 million, and it has some information. So you just want to click on all Bitcoin SV charts down here, and you get everything. Okay. There you go. There's all these kind of charts: median transaction, average transaction fee, all this stuff, hash rate distributed, difficulty too. So transactions per second. I don't know how current this is, but it's showing daily, so it doesn't make sense. It's not that accurate, is it? Anyways, and then you have what's on chain, which is by the Bitcoin Association, and that they don't have as many charts as I'd want here. It's not that taken care of, but I don't know. It's okay. Cumulative transactions, average transactions per second. So they're having it here at 16. They got the basic stuff. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the information I gave. Trade responsibly. Nothing I tell you is financial advice. I'm just telling you what I think and what I see. And if you guys like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it on Twitter. I'm on there as well.